What's up, Facebook? Y'all know what time it is. 5:05. How y'all doing out there? I told y'all I would be back today. I had a very busy weekend. Things was pretty decent. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the company of relatives.
Forgot you be having church people on them.
And I'm gonna go ahead and do my tags, people. Tag, 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 tag. And I got a guest. We have an anonymous guest today, and she is going to be talking about a few things. I'll have the questions, and she's going to answer and give some input on those questions. So, tag, tag, tag. Tag, tag, tag. I'm tagging. If you're online, be aware that I'm tagging. We have an anonymous guest today, and
I told you I watch it.
she is going to be talking.
I ain't gonna watch it because I'm here.
You still could watch it after. I just tagged you. I just got to your name. You way down on the list. Hold on.
Twice.
Tag, tag, tag. Tag, tag, tag. I wanted to do it tag you if you're not online.
It tags you regardless, no matter what.
Oh, okay.
If you click their name on tag, it always tagging them. I ain't gotta be online, and when I do get online, I'll get it.
Oh, okay. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Great, I hope. And for my Spanish watchers, buenos tardes. How you doing? So, what I want to do is I'm going to kick this off with a couple of questions. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. You're going to hear my voice, and you're going to see me periodically. Then you're going to hear from my anonymous guest, but you won't see her because she's anonymous. But I'll tell you this much. I want you to just think about maybe when you were like, how old are you?
24.
Think back to when you were 24 years old. I can think back to when I was 24. I had 3 children, 3 little boys. One of those little boys went to live with his dad, and the oldest little boy, he had consistent open heart surgeries over the course of his life. He passed at 23. And the other son, my baby boy, he's working in Texas. He's trying to do his little thing, but he records music. You want to get a song done, he can hook you up with that. He has music equipment where he can make beats, and he's fire. He's like a little Baby Dre. That's what they call him, Baby Dre. So anyway, we're going to get this thing going. And furthermore, I would like to thank you again for watching. But, okay, so my first question to our guest is, how old are you?
24.
She's 24 years old. Okay. And what's your ethnic origin? What race are you?
I would say mixed. I'm black and white. My dad's black and my mom is white.
Okay. All right. How has that been living a lifestyle being mixed with 2 races? Did you run up against any type problems with people who maybe feel...
Not personally.
Not personally. Well, that's good, because I hear stories from people that's mixed, and they say that people can be cruel.
Yeah.
But it's I could imagine it's like you just standing there as a peace treaty. Because a peace treaty is when people come together and they just stop the fighting and just peace. The peace treaty part, why I say that, because you mix with both races,
right?
And you ain't turning on yourself,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's something else I'd like to say to my viewers, my friends that's watching, that's mixed with more than one race. Like myself, I'm also mixed with two races, African American and Oriental, which is Asian. Yeah. So anyway, let's see, what else I'd like to know. Do you have children?
Yes, I have 2 children. I have a son who is 4 and a little girl who is 1.
Okay, so they 3 years apart. Oh Lord, 1 year old. Oh wow, a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. The 4-year-old is a little boy. He is so precious and smart. Oh my God, I don't know what these kids, they coming out with encyclopedias built in or something.
Built in their brain already, yeah.
What's that like raising a little boy, first of all?
They a handful. They so fearless. They don't really, I'm not going to say they don't care about their actions, but sometimes they just do whatever. I can say they fearless.
That's a good word for it. That's a good word for it. And I'm sure those of you out there that's watching who have raised little boys to men, or maybe just still raising little boys, yeah, hats off to you, especially if you're a single parent, because it is very difficult. I raised 3 sons, well, 2 sons, because one son lived with his dad all his life. But the other 2 I raised.
Give all single parents stay props.
Yeah. Hands off to single parents, especially single dads, because they rare.
Them 2, yeah. I give them around.
They rare.
Too, yeah.
They rare. So, the little girl, what is it like? I mean, she's just 1 year old, so you just getting your feet wet. What's that like? Raising a little girl. It's different than raising a little boy.
It's a lot different. A lot.
Okay.
I can't really explain the difference on raising a boy from a girl. I can say it's different, but different how? I can't really explain that.
Okay.
Because they both like, sometimes they have the same personality and then sometimes they don't.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, sometimes they bending in together and then sometimes they like, you know, I won't be bothered.
Yeah.
So,
but I guess that's a natural instinct we born with, to know when we just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, basically.
Even the kids know when they don't want to be bothered, they let you know.
Yeah.
So, what is it like being a single parent, minus the kids, just yourself in general, being a parent, being a young lady, you know?
I would say it's hard, but then again, I got used to it. When I was younger, I helped my sister raise hers, so I was kind of already like, I don't want kids, and then I had kids, and I wouldn't trade them nothing for the world. I love my babies.
Yeah, I know that's right. And it is very difficult to raise children.
Alone, yes.
It is very difficult. Hats off to everybody that's doing their part in raising their children and other people's children that are around you. Because that's another person that's special. That particular person that you know that just come and babysit your kids or play with the kids or bring the kids toys. It's that type person that just loves children, and it's them type that can't even have children.
Yes, you're right.
What about, if you out there, and I'm not putting you on blast, I'm just letting you know, if you're out there and you're someone who can't have any children, adopt.
You can totally agree with adopting.
Yeah. That's the closest thing to having a child.
Yes.
You just not the pain, and it's not connected with DNA. But it's a lot. It's the thing about adoption. They adopt babies instead of adopting older children. My children were taken away from me in 2004. And I'm looking away because I'm talking to my guest, who's anonymous. When my kids got taken, I was like paralyzed. I was like, couldn't do nothing for a long time because they were my everything. And because of a silly mistake, they took my children. And I think that was the hardest part of being a single parent, losing my children. I felt like a failure. I felt like I couldn't do my job. I felt like I got caught with my pants down. You know what I'm saying? And that it was a horrible feeling. I was in denial for a while, but then I was feeling convicted for a while. And it's just hard raising a kid, and then you got them taken away while it interrupting you. They interrupted me while I was raising them, and it made an everlasting impression on them because they wanted to adopt my baby boy out. Both of my kids was cute now, but my baby boy looked like a little teddy bear type doll. He just always was cute, you know, and people used to say, oh, he's so cute. Because my oldest son used to be like, I'm right here. I don't look good.
Like, look at me too.
Right.
Not just him.
Right. But Chris had that little look, you know, and it just goes with the territory of people wanting to pick and choose.
Pick and choose.
They want to pick. I don't want an older kid. I want a younger kid that I can mold. I was so frightened by that because I did not want my children to be under another person's supervision because I didn't know what they was teaching them or what they. But my oldest son, when I finally got him back, this is the funny part. My oldest son, he come back from the place he was. They put him in a group home and they put my baby boy with a family. So my son, when he came home, he was like, I need something to sleep in. I was like, you got 2 suitcases waiting. You ain't got no sleeping pads in there. This boy had took all the people VCRs. That's all he had in the suitcases. VCRs. Talking about they can't watch TV now. Kids are a trip.
Yeah, they are.
They are a trip. They
grow fast. They don't stay small forever.
That's what I wanted to remind you. Enjoy the time while you watch them. And mothers and dads out there, make sure you making the most of your parental experience. Don't cheat yourself. Do the thing. Do it right. Do the thing. You know, you could do it. Because the kid going to grow up with the way you are in their mind. And when they get to having to make decisions, what my mama would have did, what my daddy would have did. Yep. That's the first thing gonna cross their mind. Now, what determines what they do from there is on you.
On you.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm pointing the finger at me because I tell you all the time, I'm talking to myself first. Because even though my children are grown, I still have to be a mother. Because they gonna reach all your life. You have. Think about it. You've had moments where you came across a situation you couldn't think your way past right away. You need to spend a little time on it, talk to somebody about it, that type stuff. Pray about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, is fixable. But you just got to figure it out. But the aim of the game is to learn something, everything you do, every step of the way, make sure you learn a lesson from it. And while you're learning lessons, break it down to your kid. Hey, this what you just seen me do? This what this is. Hey, Kima, that's what this is. Hey, Doris. Hey, Rosa. This is how you do this. Just like I'm going to give you an example. I know a kid that has a family that drinks a lot. It's like they drink for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Hey, they like it. I love it. But the kid was like, I don't really care for that environment. I don't really want to drink. The way I see people drinking, it just turns me against drinking. But see, like what I told this kid, I said, you know what? I say I used to be a bad alcoholic. I used to keep liquor in my pocket. I was like wearing a size 3 because I had been drinking and not eating. I was a wino, a real life ghetto wino. That was me. But I found out too many times that me drinking that alcohol turned me against me. So I'm like, what? I'm drunk. I done broke up all my dishes. Who broke the dishes? I broke the dishes. You broke your own dishes because you was drunk? Oh, you had a fight last night because you was drunk? Think about it. The alcohol intensified the funk, and it's a depressant. It's a depressant. And the depressant on top of somebody already having bad thoughts don't mix. But think about the stuff you showing the kid, because think about it, somebody always watching it, especially little kids. You see a little kid, just know they got their eyes on you. Now, you ain't going to see them look because they slick, but they going to look. Just make sure. You know what I say? Always act. Hey, Lori. Always act like you good. And it's going to just filter out in the things that you do. Your life is going to show that. Because, oh, she's so happy. What's she doing? That's when people going to start asking you questions. And that's when you be like, I never really think about it. I pray. And I keep moving forward. That's all I can do. You hit a hole in the road, guess what? Next time you pass that way, you're going to swerve past that hole in the road. Or you ain't going to go that way at all. You know? So at the same time, hey, Sarah, hey, Cairo. Say, you know, it's just a real thing to keep kids in mind, because that's our future. That's what it's all about today. That's what I'm talking about, the kids. And most likely I'm going to be talking about the kids all this week because they are very important. And we need to cherish them and we need to train them. Yeah, they kids, but they soldiers. They got kids 3 to 5 years old holding machetes and machine guns in the Congo. You stop and try to pick one up, they going to blast you.
Blast you.
3 to 5 years old. So 3 to 5 years old is very detrimental, parents. Every 5 years of a child's life is a different phase. You got adolescence, well, you got the infant, toddler, then you got adolescents, then you got intermediates, then you have juniors. Every phase requires different tactics. You can't go up to a 12th grader trying to teach him his ABCs. They already know. They ready to learn something they don't know. So you got to step it up to teach them something. Got to be flexible, moms and dads. Them kids need us. My baby boy is 26. He still need me. You never stop being a parent, I'm just telling you. I thought when he was 18, get out the house. It don't work like that if you got a heart. Oh, my baby ain't got nowhere to go. But think about this. Your baby might not have nowhere to go because your baby ain't looking for nowhere to go because your baby used to depending on you. Now, that's another topic. These lazy kids that want to lay up on the sofa till 12, 1, 2 o'clock. Get a job that you're going to be up all night. At least you have a reason to be sleeping in the daytime. No one going to argue with you. Oh, she sleep, he sleep. Yeah, he worked all night. She worked all night. Do it like that. If you like to be up at night, get you a job. That's at night. You like to be in the morning early, get you an early morning. They got all kind of jobs.
But you know, I ain't gonna cut you off on your little set right here. But that's what it is nowadays, though. Is they into them electronics, the phone, the game system. That's not gonna get you a job. That's not gonna,
ain't gonna
not gonna
teach
get
you
you no money. That ain't gonna. What you gonna do when you old enough to be out your parents' house? You gonna sit outside and you ain't gonna have no game.
Right.
You ain't gonna have no phone if you don't get a job and pay your bill.
Right.
You ain't gonna have a phone if you don't get a job.
Right.
Good thing to teach them to stay in school. It's not all about the games and the phone.
Right.
It's about your education. You ain't gonna get nowhere without an education.
Right. Right. And it's free right now.
Free.
Eventually it's gonna cost. See, when they go to switching internet school and virtual school, and that's the only way it's going to be, and everything done switched over, they're going to tax you. It's going to be just like college. You got to pay to go to school.
Pay to go to school.
In some countries, you have to pay to go to school. I don't know, America just free. But that's what we take advantage. I mean, this is what we don't take advantage of the opportunities that's out there. I'm be 50 years old in October this year. 2021, I'm going to be 50. 50.
Killing that 50.
AARP. Yeah. Then 5 more years after that, I'll be a senior citizen. But anyway, I'm almost 50 and I'm in college. I graduate next month.
Yay.
I graduate next month, and when I get ready to graduate, it's going to be on. You know what I mean? I'm going to get me probably a little bottle of sparkling grape soda and pretend there's some wine and drink that and enjoy life. Probably buy me a cake, too. Because I've been in school 3 years, and I think that deserves a cake. You think that deserves a cake?
I think that deserves more than a cake.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, how was Christmas?
It was awesome.
New Year's?
It was awesome. I say it was pretty awesome.
You got a New Year's resolution?
I ain't had one on my mind. No, not really. If I think of one, though, I'm going to stick to it.
See, I started before New Year's, right? Like that week before, I start telling myself, I'm not going to do a New Year's resolution this time. I'm going to look at my life. So I took them 2 trips I just took. I'm going to look at my life from a distance off.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else and sit back where it's not in my face. You can't deal with stuff that's in your face sometimes. That's me. So I have to look at it through my rear view, like Pac said. And what I figured out was I know I'm finna graduate. I want to move to Georgia. I want to go back to school after I finish this time. I want to do my magazine. I want to publish my book. I want. All that costs money, though. So I'm looking for sponsors. I'm trying to get my book published. I did a little something one time. This lady called, and I was like in a bind, like not in a bind, but I was getting off work. I was getting in the car. It was cold outside. I had to get in the car and warm the car up, and the phone rang. It was a publisher. Long story short, she said to publish my book, I needed $450. Guess what? I had got $500 and something back from school. So I gave them the $450. I said, $450 to get my book published? Oh, yes. I was telling everybody. I had my manuscript printed out and all that good stuff. And guess what? They kept saying they want more money. And guess what? Every amount of money that I said I was going to get, that's happened to be what it cost. Now you're just playing with me. So I lost $450 behind trying to publish a book. But you live and you learn.
Right.
You live and you learn. $450 ain't no easy money to get.
No.
They got it easy out of me.
Yep.
One time, somebody called me and said, what they said? Some kind of way they said I was entitled to a grant from the government. Long story short, I had to go and put $200 on an iTunes card. I should have knew something when he said iTunes. What music got to do with business? You know, I'm just saying. So I went and bought the card, sent the card. He said, so now you got to go and send $400. What? I said, you know what? You don't even want $200 back? He said, no, it's non-refundable. I said, well, I guess so, because I can't even trace you. So I hung up the phone.
That's where it be at, though, them scams.
Scams. Be careful when you get them phone calls. Businesses are not going to call. You know, if Kmart, Walmart, any store, any lawyer's office, if they want to discuss something with you, they send you a letter for you to call them. It's too easy okay, just think, the government don't like to be bothered. So it's easier for them to send you a piece of paper piece of mail with, hey, ran across your records today. Such and such is going on. Give us a call. And you got a direct person name on there or extension to talk to somebody. I think it's better that way, don't you think? But at the same time, it's that way because that's to discourage you from calling. When you call and you can't get through, you've been on hold for 30 minutes. You forgot you was on hold. You know, put the phone down, you in the tub when they get back on there. That's crazy.
About being ready to go to bed when they get back on there.
Okay. Yes, you know, how y'all doing, everybody? I just want to take a little moment. Hey, Toe, and just let you know right now, I'm just feeling good, you know what I'm saying? I went to GA and chilled in Atlanta with my peoples and my homegirl. And she my homegirl, my cousin, my sister. That's my dog right there. That's my dog. And she wanted my support. So I said, you got that. So we took that ride, and that's what was up. Didn't go all the way as planned, but everything is always according to his plan. Remember that. You know what I mean?
Man, upstairs.
Okay? He got the master plan. And he know where your plan gonna end up, where it's gonna stop, where it's gonna continue, where he gonna dump people off that you deal with. All that's gonna happen. You got to shed some things. You got to shed. I gotta shed cigarettes. Why? Because they cause cancer. Because that little sign on the side says something about it could harm a pregnancy. Even though I ain't pregnant, it might be somebody around me that is, who's breathing that smoke. What if it was smoke-free down here? I mean, why do we smoke anyway? When I had to ask myself that question, you know what I came up with? It's a cop-out. It's saying, I don't want to deal with my problem right now. I'm finna take a break and smoke a cigarette. A cigarette is a break. I'm just saying it's still hard for me to quit, and I know all this, but since I've been trying to really quit this time and I realized that I am addicted to cigarettes, I have to talk myself through it. I have to talk myself through this. And I love the fact, hi Justin and Rosa, I'm so glad that I can do this because now I can confirm some things and be accountable. I can be accountable to you. I can tell you I'm trying to quit smoking and not smoke. I'm going to let y'all do my daily walk with me. That's the point of these podcasts that I'm doing. I want you to walk with me. I'm trying to walk with God. But I am in flesh, so I mess up sometimes. That's where we all have something in common. That's why we're friends. I'm so glad y'all are watching. Thank you so much, so much. But yes, you know, getting back to my guests, what do you think about weather conditions right now? Because it's supposed to be cold, and then it get cold, and it get hot. What you think about all that?
I'm not really a news type person. I never have been. I don't know why.
You like cold weather?
Better than hot weather, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care for. But you know what I like about the hot weather? You can. When I worked in construction, I learned like when it's hot, you wear long sleeves and dark colors. It absorbs the heat and it cools you off.
Right.
So that's another thing. When it get hot, y'all wear long sleeve, dark colors. It's gonna help you beat the heat. But wintertime, what I love about the winter, I can wear my thugging clothes. Cause if it go with the time, it's cold. So I got on my ski cap, I got on my hoodie and my t-shirt and my jeans and my tennis shoes. And it's cause it's cold, or my boots and my dress. You know, wintertime stuff. Well, we ain't had much of a winter.
Not really. It's been hot.
The last 3-4 days felt like springtime.
Yes. Hot.
Felt like
I
springtime.
can't wait for winter.
I know, and it just didn't really have one.
Nope.
Really didn't have one. We didn't really have a winter, y'all. It's been warm. We had a few cold days. And it's like, I went places to work out of town, and it was freezing, but it was warm here in Houma. So, go figure. So yeah, I just want to thank all y'all. Hey Norman, just thank you for tuning in and watching today. What I've been talking about and discussing is children. I have a special anonymous guest, 24 years old, female, and she has some input that she wanted to put in on this podcast, just for general information purposes. If you're listening and you might be around that age, or even if you're not around that age, you might be saying to yourself, oh, well, before we had this program, and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm so tired of being a single parent. I'm tired. It's hard. Da, 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 da. But now you done heard this podcast, and you feeling a little better about your position.
Because have some others out there like that. That's like ready to, ready to give up and.
Yeah, and that's the point of this.
Encouragement.
Exactly.
Don't give up.
Exactly. Keep going. Because you living the same life they living, same age. You understand? They got kids. You got kids.
I have help and they don't.
Right. Dads, please step up. Don't let it be child support. Even if it's child support, pay it. Find a way to pay it. If you're not on child support and you're still dealing with the mother, this is what you do. You go up to the child support people yourself and tell them, look, I want to give this lady this amount of money every week, every month, however you're going to do it. And you set it up. So later in the future, if she wants that money to be more, she has to go through a procedure in order to get more. Because I do agree with you, some men, y'all. Some women, I'm sorry, sisters, they don't use the money for the kid.
Nope.
It's the kid. It's all about the kid. The kid.
They get so much on child support, and it's not enough because they want more money to get this and that and this and that, and they don't even get what the kids need.
Right. And see, I'm saying that because I got a lot of homeboys. I ain't gonna even say homeboys. If they listen, they gonna be like, homeboy, I'm her brother. But I got a lot of brothers, okay? And no, we're not birth brother and sister, but we adopted each other, okay? We're a street family. Some is blood, some is not. But it's all blood to me because we bleed the same. It don't matter what family you from. You part of my life, you part of my family.
Yee. Honey, I like that. It's gonna be my motto.
Huh, bro?
Fuck with your blood.
Yes, indeed.
Telling me I had to.
Hey, it's all good. It's like I wanted to say. A couple of weeks ago, we had a guest, and his expression, kind of people kind of didn't read it right, and I got a lot of response from it. I just want to say I do not mean to offend anyone with any subject matter that's on my little program. I'm just trying to give you an inside peek of how other people think. You might not be a person that think about things the way I do. After watching me and seeing how I think by looking at what's going on my program, that must be what I'm thinking about. When you see where my head is at, then it's going to challenge you to put your head there too. Oh, she looking out for the kids. Let me see, there's kids in my neighborhood. There's kids in my house. There's kids in my family.
Kids everywhere you go.
And they are the future. We got to die and leave. They got to grow and live. What we gonna leave with them? We got to leave them with something, and I'm not talking about money. If you leave them with some brains, they can make money for their life. You have to teach children. Hey, I told you to sit down. Now, if you don't sit down, it's the tone. Did you hear that tone? They understand. She mean it. But you better go sit down. I'm going to whoop you. They know you ain't serious. And if you say that all the time and you never do nothing, they gonna just let you keep on, because they figure you're just a broken record, because that's what you normally do. She going to tell me 50 times, but she ain't going to never do nothing. Start doing something. You have to take control. You're the parent. You're the grown-up. You don't have to be your kid's friend. They ain't gonna like most of the stuff that you tell them. Every now and then, kids and parents get along where they can both express themselves, especially today, but it's rare where understanding is met, is what I'm getting at. People do it, parents and kids do it, but they never understand each other. It's rare that they, no, I didn't know you think about it like that, Mom. Oh, yeah, son, I'm just, thinking about you. That type stuff. Compassion, assertiveness, freedom. Freedom to say what you feel with discretion. I'm your mom, so you can't talk to me like you're talking to your homeboy. That's going to offend me when you cuss. I'm going to think you cussing at me. And I'm going to think, you just cussing because you can. First of all, why is you cussing in front of me? When you cuss, that's where we wrong at, parents. We shouldn't cuss at our kids. They're going to grow up and cuss at us.
I agree.
They're going to grow up and cuss at us. I'm just saying, if things, you know how y'all catch me, I get my mind rolling and things like that, and I be like, man, what I'm going to talk about? But kids. It's
what it's about, though, man.
But you got a lot of kids in your family?
Let's see. I have a ton of kids in my family. Some of them I wish I could just bring home with me, but I be like, wait, you got your own too. That's enough for you.
Yeah.
But I love kids, me.
Me too. It's just what I don't like about kids is parents. Some parents, they don't want you assisting them.
Right.
They don't want you
teaching them that right way, because then they're going to think, oh, well, I'm her parent, you're not.
Right.
Not saying that you're not the parent.
They get offended.
Yeah.
Don't get offended, moms and dads. If someone approach you, just think about it like this. Maybe God knew that you had to hear it from a stranger in order to understand it. If somebody who you knew would have told you, you wouldn't listen. You got to think about your makeup, how you are. Not makeup, but your build-up, who you are, your composure. We're going to work on that this year. 2021. Let me just say this, and then we're going to be out of here. 21 is legal age to drink, legal age to buy cigarettes, legal age.
How many age to be on your own?
Right.
Doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Make you some money, get you a little rent place, pay your bills, get you a vehicle. That right mind frame, not the dumb, illiterate, stupid one.
We all turned 21 this year. Let's say that. It's 2021. We all need to act like we about to turn 21. Or done turn 21. What you do? Handle your business. 2021. I can't wait till I'm 21. I could buy me a beer. I can't wait till I'm 21. I can get me an apartment by myself. I could buy me a car.
But then again, like you said, it also falls back on the parents. And have to teach them, school them.
Right. Oh, this is what you do here.
And this is what you don't do.
Right. You see, every step of my kids' lives around me, I explained. I kept in mind little eyes was on me. So I would always tell them why, if I figured it was something I could get them to understand right quick.
Right.
I was breaking it down. I used to talk to them. Say, you talk to them the children like they grown men.
Yeah.
They got to be grown one day. So I'm trying to make them be little men.
Yep.
They got to help me out. We was like a team. My baby boy was short. So I used to tell him, you step on their feet or push their knee back. and I'm going to hit him in the stomach. And Sean going to hit him in the face because he was tall.
Hey, that's a little cute thing you had going on there.
That was our little thing. That's how we were going to get somebody mess with us. We was a team. Yes,
yeah.
Me and my boys.
That's how it's supposed to be, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be a team.
Yep.
Even if you're not family and they're not your kids.
Right.
How you going to survive if you don't team up?
Because before I had kids, I used to babysit for free just to play with.
Just to play with the kids.
Just to play with the kids.
Me too.
And cuddle them. And talk to them.
Yep, play with them, read to them.
And see what they got to say.
Yeah. Then they'll be talking and you'll be like, all right, that's what's up. You estate, and they just keep carrying on and on and on.
And when you catch them on the money, they have that look.
That little look like, she heard me.
Yeah, she knew what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kids are smart, y'all. Don't sleep on the kids.
Yeah,
Don't sleep on the
Don't
kids.
sleep on them.
Don't sleep on the kids. I'm going to drop a little rhyme right quick. Time and time I see the same old thing. Drugs and violence setting the pace, no change. Charge it to the game, I thought I heard someone say. Reaction time, no time for play. What you gonna do when the time drops? Ain't no second chances when the time stops. Check yourself for the improvement test. Think about the kids and do your best. Nothing but trouble, still I'm stumbling, trying to make it, G. The devil's throwing darts and it seems he's throwing them at me. So many times I tried to make it, but it's hard. Like mama said, I'm gonna have to always keep my faith in God. Life's a game, but once you learn to play, you got it made. Not in the shade or laid or paid behind some pistol plate. Don't reminisce about the trials of your yesterday. Cause when it's over and done, it won't hurt when you pray. Jokers are wild, but in the end, you'll find the laughs on you. Keep your head at height and think about everything you do. Remember the kids, cause futuristic, they're our only hope. Leave them with courage and pride. Don't suffer them to the hands of dope. Huh?
Yee.
Peace out.